My name is Slade City and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about a weirdly fun Gyrfalcon's build where the main squeeze is the ultimate literal game-breaking champion, the Telesto. So before we hop into the subclass, weapons, and armor, as we do, be sure to like and subscribe and be sure to catch me live at twitch.tv/SladeCity. Starting with the subclass, I'm using the Deadfall Quiver, but you can use Mobius Quiver just as well since they both serve a similar purpose with this particular build. Next, my abilities include Gambler's Dodge, Triple Jump, and Snare Bomb obviously, and I'm using Void Wall Grenades because it is the only grenade with a shorter cooldown that I enjoy. It covers a sizable area upon detonation as well. For our aspects, we are using Vanishing Step and Stylus Executioner for that extra fragment slot and for all the benefits that we have over there. For constant invisibility from multiple avenues. Yes, you could also use Trapper's Ambush, but I really like having that extra fragment slot, and I virtually saw no difference in effectiveness, so you can definitely use Trapper's Ambush if that suits your needs. Lastly, our fragments. I have Echo of Starvation, Echo of Undermining, Echo of Obscurity, and Echo of Instability. I'm gaining constant invisibility, so the more I'm frequently coming out of my invisible state, the more I can benefit from the Gyrfalcon damage boost. Moving on to the weapons, since Telesto is the star among our weapons, the energy slot is secured, but you can also take advantage of champion mods in your kinetic and heavy slots. You will be limited in what you can use for champion mods in a few scenarios, because who wants to run Overload Machine Gun all the time? Come on guys, let's be real. For the sake of more DPS, you may find yourself running one champion mod, but you'll have teammates to make up for what you're running. Now we move on to the armor. Coming in first with the helmet, we have a Minor Discipline mod, we have a Linear Fusion Rifle Ammo Finder mod. Now this can be subject to change to any weapon that you're using in your heavy slot or what you want to prioritize. It's up to you. This is interchangeable. Next we have Harmonic Siphon because we're using a Void weapon and a Void subclass, and then we're using Elemental Time Dilation to get more time for our other Elemental Well mods that we have on our other pieces of armor. Moving on from the helmet, we have the arms. Now for the arms, we have a Resilience mod, and we have two champion mods in these slots. Now again, these are interchangeable between your kinetic and heavy slot, whichever you prefer to use, but yes, Overload Machine Gun is probably going to dominate this slot. And lastly, we have Font of Might. Set up an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type, grants a temporary bonus to weapon damage of that same type. So moving on from the arms, we have the bread and butter, the Gyrfalcon's HAUBERK. Your weapons gain a bonus to damage briefly after you emerge from being invisible. When you are invisible and defeat a combatant using a finisher, you and your nearby allies gain a reserve overshield and improved class ability regen. These reserve overshields can be deployed by using a class ability. Also a very crucial part of Gyrfalcon's. Very good for survivability. You get a damage boost and you get some survivability. Now moving on to the mods, we have a Discipline mod, we have Concussive Dampener, we have Thermal Shock Plating, and we have another Font of Might. So moving on from Gyrfalcon's, we have our legs. Now our legs are also subject to change. This is a preference of mine that I like to run. I have a Resilience mod, I have Absolution, reduces all ability cooldowns each time you pick up an Orb of Power. Innervation reduces grenade cooldown each time you pick up an Orb of Power, and Elemental Ordnance. Defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns an elemental well that matches your energy type. Now this is also important. Every time I get a kill with my grenade, I get elemental wells and I get volatile rounds for the rest of my void weapons. Always constantly keeping up a buff. Now moving on lastly to our cloak. Since everything this season is centered around ARC 3.0, we're going to use Sundering Glare for that extra weaken effect. Rapid precision hits against distant combatants weaken them for a short duration. I have a Minor Resilience mod and I have Well Up Tenacity just to give me that little extra bit of resilience even though I'm already at max. Never safe than sorry. I can easily swap this out if I'm surviving enough. I can easily swap this out for Reaping Wellmaker or any of the other Void Wellmaker mod or just another Wellmaker mod in general. And that is the entirety of this build. Remember, if there are better options, you can still choose to relax and have fun. Everything doesn't have to be optimal. Let me know what you guys think or how you may spin this build to fit your needs in the comments below. And with that, I will see you in the next one.